Okay, so today I'm going over how to get started using HTML, and essentially there's two different things that I wanted to cover. One is using something that you might be familiar with if you're just now getting started with coding, and that's something that usually you might see on Code Academy or Free Code Camp, where they have you coding on one side and you can see your results on the other side almost either immediately or by a run of a button. And then the other one is how to actually get started on your computer. So getting started with HTML is very basic, but I think it oftentimes gets overlooked because a lot of us do start using Free Code Camp. So this will hopefully fill in those gaps that you might not run into anywhere else. So the first one I wanted to get through was Repl.it, and I can leave a link down here. Repl is free, so all you have to do is sign up for an account and then click New Repl. There's a ton of different languages that you could use. Since we're using HTML, I'm going to click the first one that appears. Okay, so before getting started, HTML is essentially not a coding language. All it does is it structures your web page however you want it by using different tags, and you may have encountered those. So like the H1 tag, a button tag, a paragraph. So essentially all you're doing is telling the computer what you want on your web page, how you want it laid out, and what kind of item or content it is you're putting on the web page. So if I want a header with my name on it, all I have to do is go within this body tag and write my name in it, Laura, and then hit run, and you see it side by side. So one very nice thing I like about Repl.it, and I think is a very useful tool when you're getting started, is that it does all the setup for me. And then within the body, that's what the user is going to see. So right here, like I said, is I'm declaring an H1 tag. So now if I run, you can see my name as a header because I declared this is a header and this is what I want inside of that header. And then here's a paragraph. But for now, this is all I wanted to go over is this is how you open up an HTML tag. You run it and you see it right here side by side. So I think the second thing that's often overlooked is, cool, you've had practice, you've used Repl, you use Free Code Camp. How do I do this on my laptop? So the first thing is you can either download a text editor, so something like Atom or Sublime or VSCode, Visual Studio Code are pretty common ones and they're all pretty good. And I will leave links to those down here. But just for the purpose of this video, I'm going to use one that's installed within my Mac. So I'm going to go to Applications and find Text Edit. I think Windows has one that's OneNote or NotePage, something similar. So I'm going to open a new text edit. And the first thing I want to do is make sure that it's going to read whatever I write as code. So I want to change the format to plain text, and now it will read my code. And I'm going to cheat and copy all of this here, copy it, and then paste it into my text editor. And we're not linking it to CSS or JavaScript for now, so I'm going to get rid of that. What I'm going to do now is save it. So what you want to do is append the .html to this file so that it knows to read it as a web page instead of, for example, JPEG, which would be a picture, etc. So HTML, and I'm going to save it. And now when I go to my desktop and open HTML1 and don't click on anything, it automatically opens up a page on my Safari, and you can see there's the heading I included, the paragraph, and the button. But I think this should answer any questions you might have had about how to actually start coding. Yeah, hopefully that was helpful. Stay tuned because there's more videos coming up.